Now we'll hear from Brian for another question.
And
excuse me 1 second. Can I just Can I just respond to that accusation?
Whether it's misdemeanors or felonies, no cash bail releases him back into the streets, and both of you afford no cash bail.
I want to move on. You'll get your opportunity.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast, and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts, and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil. Chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
You're watching the MC Too Tall Show with your hardcore, fierce, and sexy host, MC Too Tall. And I look like a rugged outdoorsman right about now. And fuck you if you don't agree with me. Fuck you. Turn your fucking set off. But anyway, let's talk about the debates. The debates. Curtis Lee was 2-0. He won this one also. And you have to support your guy, man. You can't look at these two debates and say, I still want Cuomo to win because he's popular. These polls are not accurate. They interview nothing but liberals. You don't see real conservative people. You see people that claim they're conservative, you know, like somebody could tell you they're a rugged outdoorsman. Meanwhile, they're dressed like that so they could get on their knees in fucking gas station bathrooms and become a freaking bukkake to the truckers that ain't seen a woman in 9 years. It doesn't necessarily make them an outdoorsman because they said they are. Same thing here. People that say they're conservative, especially in New York, aren't necessarily conservative. And those fucking bastards, they're lying to you. Actually, they're lying even to themselves. They really believe they're conservative, and meanwhile, they're bleeding heart liberals, a lot of them. They're not true, hardline, right-wing motherfuckers like me. So anyway, I mean, I'm not saying that Curtis Lewa is, but he's the closest thing to it available out of those three running for mayor. And so. Curtis Lewa won that debate. And you can't look at this and say, well, I like Curtis. I think he's the best guy for the job. But Cuomo's more popular. And he's better than Zohar Mamdani. So, you're going, even though you like him the most, you're going to vote for him because you're scared of him. What a fucking pussy you are if you do that. You're a coward. You're a pussy. You ought to be in jail if you do something like that because you're doing something criminal. You're not voting with your heart. Vote with your heart, not with your fear. If you got fear in your heart, you got fear in your heart, don't run, just get out the way. Let me tell you people a little something. This is a very important election. You can't be playing around with this very important election. Okay? You cannot be playing around with this very important election. And sooner you come to a hetero white messiah realization of that, the better. Curtis Lee was the guy for the job. He's got plans for affordable housing. He's got the plans to boost the economy. He's got the plans to make our streets safe. Because what's the point? You know what? You're never gonna have a booming economy if the place is a slum. There's no such thing as a booming economy in a slum. It just doesn't happen. You see how we had to beautify and clean up the slums of Matthews Court? And every once in a while, we still got to stay on top of it. Kick the riffraff out when they show their ugly faces. You know, you got to get rid of the riffraff, and you got to keep the riffraff out, while at the same time, train your cops to make sure, absolutely sure, they leave us regular people alone and don't treat us regular people like we're the riffraff. You get rid of the riffraff, keep the riffraff out, and don't treat the regular people like they're the riffraff. That's how that works. And Curtis Lever's got a plan, man. And I like his plans. What he has to offer is freaking tangible. It's not fluff and flamboyance like the other two cartoon characters. He's gonna bring something with substance, and he's gonna turn the city around. And then Elise Stefanik, she's definitely gonna win next year. She's gonna knock Kathy Hochul out the box. We're gonna have a great city and state once again with a great president. And you know the power of incumbency, the vice president, if he decides to run, will run and win. It's pretty simple. It's pretty important. You got to use the power of incumbency to elect a incumbent vice president into the presidency if that president is doing a good job, or at least a perceived to be good job. See, Obama didn't do a good job, but his job that he done was perceived to be good by the liberals. So they could have ran Biden in 2016. They could have gotten their President Biden in 2016. They could have gotten a better version of Biden. This way, when this disaster that we saw wouldn't have been as much of an impact on the American psyche. But they screwed up. They screwed up big time. They put up Hillary, and we got Trump. And then once we witnessed a good Trump administration, we didn't want to go back. Even people who voted for Obama were like, fuck Obama. Obama is a fucking subhuman scum. Did you know that? He's a real low-life sack of shit. Oh, and Barack Obama, yes. Barack Obama, 44th president of the United States, needs to be on his hands and knees eating kibble from a metal bowl with my shiny combat boot pressed to the back of his head. That's what needs to happen to Barack Obama. He needs to be treated like a peasant, like a second-class citizen, like a lower-class citizen, because he is scum. He's a non-entity, he's a non-human. And he ruined this country. And a lot of what we're suffering from today is because of that radical jihadist Barack Hussein Obama. I have Barack Obama to complain about. I have Joe Biden to complain about. I have Hillary Clinton to complain about. And I have you liberals to complain about. First of all, any of you that make music and you're a liberal, you suck. Your music sucks. Someone ought to beat the shit out of you in the streets and rip your tweed jacket off and rip that tweed jacket of yours to shreds right in front of you. And you're gonna get some of this, and you're gonna get some of that, a little bit of this, and you're gonna get that. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this mayoral election. We're gonna have a Republican mayor. We're gonna have a Republican mayor in New York. You fucking nut job. Respect God. Watch out for the Illuminati. Like, follow, share, comment, subscribe, stay strong, keep kicking that slang. This is John A. Krantz, a.k.a. MC Too Tall.